What if I told you that fear, something many women find paralyzing, is not the force we often think it is? What if fear is not an obstacle, but a signpost guiding you toward the very power you are meant to embrace? Fear is an illusion, a product of what we believe to be true. The truth is, you are more powerful than any fear you may face. Fear is not the real enemy, it is the false belief in your limitations. The first step in conquering fear is understanding that it exists only because of the beliefs you hold in your subconscious mind. The key to overcoming fear, then, is to change those beliefs, for belief is the driving force of your reality. But how do we change our beliefs? The answer lies in self-awareness. Fear often arises from the stories we tell ourselves. It comes from past experiences or imagined future scenarios. But none of these are truly real unless we allow them to dominate our thoughts. By becoming aware of the thoughts that trigger fear, you can begin to challenge and replace them with empowering beliefs. Imagine for a moment that you are a woman of great strength and resilience. Do you see yourself stepping into a new role with confidence? Do you hear your voice speaking truth without hesitation? This is not mere fantasy. This is the power of visualization. The mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically real. By vividly imagining yourself conquering your fears, you are training your mind to create those realities. When you visualize yourself overcoming challenges, your mind starts to believe in your ability to do so, making it far easier to take action. The key is not to wait for the fear to dissipate, but to act as if it never existed in the first place. Every moment you choose to step into your vision, fear fades away. But why does fear persist in the first place? Often it is linked to feelings of inadequacy or unworthiness. Fear tells us we are not enough, that we do not deserve success, happiness, or fulfillment. But you are worthy. You are deserving of every dream you hold in your heart. Your worth is not based on external validation or past failures. Your worth is intrinsic, it's the very core of your being. When you tap into this truth, fear loses its grip. Embracing your vulnerability is another powerful way to conquer fear. It's not about pretending to be invincible. It's about acknowledging that fear is a natural part of growth. When you dare to be vulnerable, you open yourself to the possibility of change, of growth, and of connection. By stepping into that vulnerability, you disempower the fear. It cannot survive in an environment where courage and self-trust take center stage. Let us not forget that conquering fear requires action. Thought alone is powerful, but it is when you act on your vision that you move closer to your goal. Fear often tells us to wait, to hesitate, to play small. But action, even in the presence of fear, breaks that cycle. As you take inspired action, you send a clear message to the universe: I am ready. I am capable. I trust myself. Each step you take dissolves the illusion of fear, revealing that the only real obstacle is the belief that fear has power over you. Dear women, let this be a reminder you have within you the ability to fear is often regarded as an external force, something that comes from outside of us and takes over our minds and bodies. But in truth, fear is not an external force. It is an internal construct birthed from our beliefs. Fear arises when we believe in something negative, harmful, or limiting about ourselves or the world around us. It's rooted in the stories we tell ourselves about what is possible or impossible, what is safe or unsafe. The most profound truth in conquering fear is that it is, at its core, a product of the beliefs we hold in our subconscious minds. When we face a fear, we are actually confronting a belief, often one that was instilled in us early in life. These beliefs might come from past experiences, societal expectations, or messages we've received from others. They may even be inherited generationally, passed down without question. For example, a woman might fear failure because she believes she is not capable of succeeding or worthy of success. She may have learned from childhood that women are not expected to lead or achieve at high levels, so the fear of failure grows from a deeply embedded belief in limitation. The beliefs we hold shape our perception of the world and influence our responses to challenges. If we believe that fear is something we must avoid at all costs, we will find ourselves paralyzed by it. Conversely, if we believe that fear is merely a signal that we are about to step into something new, something transformative, we will meet it with courage and confidence. The difference lies in how we choose to interpret the fear and the beliefs that fuel it. Consider for a moment how often fear arises simply because we anticipate something will be too difficult or that we will fail. What we are really doing in these moments is projecting our beliefs about the future onto the present. But these projections are often based on unfounded assumptions. Fear thrives on uncertainty and doubt, and when we buy into these beliefs, we allow fear to dictate our actions, or lack thereof. The good news is that we have the power to change these beliefs. Our beliefs are not fixed. They are fluid and can be reshaped through conscious effort. If you believe that fear holds power over you, you can begin to challenge that belief. You can replace it with a new belief that fear is simply a reminder that you are pushing beyond your comfort zone, growing and evolving. When you start to change the belief that underlies the fear, you change your entire relationship with it. In the same way that fear is born from a belief, courage is also born from belief. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. A woman who believes in her strength, in her ability to navigate challenges and emerge victorious, will be far more likely to take bold steps in the face of fear. The belief that you can conquer fear empowers you to take action, which in turn strengthens that belief. Each time you act in alignment with your new belief, whether you succeed or fail, you reinforce the idea that you are capable, resilient, and powerful. Belief is the foundation upon which everything is built. When you shift your belief about fear, you shift your ability to conquer it. Instead of seeing fear as a barrier, you begin to see it as a teacher, a signpost guiding you towards something greater. The fear loses its grip because it is no longer rooted in an old belief system that limits you. Instead, it becomes a natural part of the process of growth and transformation. In this way, you break free from the chains that fear once held over you, unlocking the vast potential that resides within. Conquer any fear. By transforming your beliefs, acknowledging your worth, embracing your vulnerability, and taking inspired action, you become unstoppable. Fear is not something to avoid. It is simply a signpost that points the way to your greatness. Embrace it, conquer it, and watch as you step boldly into the life you were always meant to live. To conquer fear, the first step is to become deeply self-aware. Fear often hides behind the veil of unconscious beliefs and emotions, making it difficult to confront directly. The more we understand about the patterns of our thoughts, emotions, and responses, the more we gain control over how fear affects us. Self-awareness is the foundation that allows us to recognize fear when it arises and, more importantly, to distinguish between the illusion of fear and the truth of our capabilities. When fear presents itself, it often triggers an automatic reaction. Our body may tense, our thoughts may race, and we may feel overwhelmed by a sense of helplessness or dread. This reaction, however, is not a true reflection of our abilities. It is simply the manifestation of a belief or memory that has been activated. Self-awareness helps us observe these reactions without becoming consumed by them. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can take a step back, recognize the fear for what it is, and choose how we want to respond. In the moment when fear arises, it is essential to pause and examine what's really happening within us. What specific thoughts or beliefs are fueling this fear? Are we truly in danger, or is the fear merely an emotional response to the uncertainty of a situation? For instance, if a woman fears taking on a new leadership role, she might fear that she won't be capable or that she will fail. These thoughts are often rooted in the belief that she is not enough, or that her worth is tied to external achievements. Self-awareness allows her to identify these beliefs and question their validity. Are these beliefs truly hers, or have they been passed down by society or others? Are they based on facts, or are they simply fear-based assumptions? When we are self-aware, we develop the ability to observe our thoughts and feelings from a place of neutrality. This empowers us to take a more rational approach to fear, rather than letting it control us. Self-awareness involves tuning into our emotional states, noticing when fear begins to creep in, and pausing to check whether the fear is proportional to the situation. More often than not, fear stems from our internal projections and not from real, tangible threats. By recognizing this, we can shift our mindset from one of fear and anxiety to one of clarity and calm. The important aspect of self-awareness is understanding the strength we already possess. Many women fail to recognize the resilience and courage they have built throughout their lives. Fear often emerges when we feel unsure of our abilities or question our strength. But self-awareness reveals the vast internal resources we already have. When a woman becomes aware of her past achievements, the obstacles she has overcome, and the strength she has demonstrated in times of difficulty, she can see that she is fully equipped to face the challenges that lie ahead. This recognition alone can dissolve much of the fear that arises when facing the unknown. Self-awareness is not just about recognizing fear, it is also about understanding the deeper emotional and psychological patterns that influence how fear shows up in our lives. By becoming aware of these patterns, women can consciously work to reframe their relationship with fear. For example, a woman who has faced rejection in the past may develop a fear of failure or criticism. Through self-awareness, she can recognize that her fear is rooted in a past experience and not an accurate reflection of her current situation. In doing so, she can choose to step forward with the knowledge that she is not defined by her past experiences, but by her ability to overcome and grow from them. As women develop self-awareness, they begin to trust their intuition more fully. Intuition is a powerful tool that can guide us through moments of fear and uncertainty. When we listen to our inner wisdom, we gain the clarity to make decisions with confidence. Fear often arises when we feel disconnected from our inner knowing, but self-awareness strengthens the connection, allowing us to trust our instincts and move forward with courage. Self-awareness unlocks the potential for inner strength. It provides the clarity to understand that fear is not an insurmountable obstacle, but a temporary state of mind. With awareness, women can recognize the roots of their fear, challenge the beliefs that feed it, and tap into the deep well of strength and resilience within themselves. This process of self-discovery is the key to overcoming fear and stepping into the power that lies dormant within. One of the most powerful tools women can use to conquer fear is the technique of visualization. The mind is incredibly influential in shaping our reality, and when we learn to harness its power, we can transform the way we perceive fear and the world around us. Visualization allows us to not only imagine success, but to actually rehearse it mentally, reinforcing the belief that we are capable of achieving what we desire, even in the face of fear. Visualization is the practice of using the mind's eye to vividly picture a desired outcome or experience. This is not just a casual daydream, it is a focused and intentional mental exercise that taps into the power of the subconscious mind. When you visualize a particular scenario, such as succeeding in a challenging situation, your mind does not distinguish between what is imagined and what is real. As a result, by visualizing success, you are training your subconscious to believe that success is achievable, which helps to reduce the fear associated with taking action. Visualization works by creating a mental blueprint of success. When a woman envisions herself confidently navigating a challenging situation, whether it be giving a speech, taking on a new role, or facing a difficult conversation, she is essentially programming her mind for success. The more detailed and vivid the visualization, the more powerful the impact. For instance, imagining the sound of her confident voice, the expressions of the audience, or the feeling of accomplishment after completing a difficult task helps the mind form a clear picture of what success looks like. This clarity reduces anxiety because it provides the mind with a roadmap of what to expect, which diminishes the uncertainty that often fuels fear. Visualization also activates the emotions associated with success. Fear thrives on negative emotions like anxiety, doubt, and insecurity. By visualizing positive emotions such as pride, joy, and satisfaction, women can shift their emotional state, changing their internal landscape from one of fear to one of empowerment. When you vividly imagine the joy and pride that come with overcoming challenges, your emotional system aligns with the belief that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. This emotional shift makes it easier to face fear because you are no longer overwhelmed by it. Instead, you are fueled by the positive emotions you've imagined. Visualization also helps women overcome limiting beliefs. Fear often arises when we hold beliefs that we are not good enough or that we cannot succeed. Through visualization, women can counteract these beliefs by imagining themselves performing confidently and successfully. This mental practice creates a new belief system, one in which success and empowerment are not only possible, but inevitable. The more you visualize yourself succeeding, the more your subconscious mind begins to align with this new belief. Over time, this process rewires your brain, making it easier to take action, face challenges, and dismiss fear as a temporary obstacle rather than a permanent roadblock. A powerful aspect of visualization is that it allows women to rehearse overcoming fear before they even encounter it. In other words, visualization is not just about imagining success, but also about preparing for the fear that may arise along the way. By mentally rehearsing moments of fear and visualizing yourself staying calm, composed, and courageous in the face of it, you desensitize your mind to the power that fear holds. This kind of mental rehearsal helps create neural pathways that make it easier to respond with confidence when fear actually shows up in real life. Visualization can be a tool for grounding and centering oneself. Fear often arises when we feel disconnected from our sense of purpose or from the present moment. By visualizing a positive outcome, women can reconnect with their goals and remind themselves of why they are pursuing them in the first place. This sense of purpose acts as an anchor, helping to steady the mind and calm the emotional chaos that fear can create. When you visualize the bigger picture, the ultimate vision of who you are becoming, you can overcome the temporary discomfort that fear creates and focus on the long-term rewards of taking bold action. Incorporating visualization into a daily routine is one of the most effective ways to reframe the fear response. It doesn't require any special tools or resources, just a few minutes of focused thought each day. Over time, this practice strengthens the belief that you are capable, resourceful, and resilient. Visualization enables women to see the possibilities beyond fear, to recognize that fear does not have to control their actions, and to embrace the empowered version of themselves that can conquer any challenge. When fear appears, rather than shrinking away or avoiding the situation, a woman who has practiced visualization will have already conditioned her mind to respond with confidence and calm. Visualization shifts the focus from what could go wrong to what is possible, making it an essential tool for empowerment and overcoming fear. By training the mind to see success, not failure, women can unlock the courage and resilience they need to step into their full potential. One of the most significant barriers to conquering fear is the belief that we are not worthy of success, happiness, or fulfillment. Fear often arises from the underlying belief that we do not deserve what we desire, or that we are somehow less than capable of achieving our goals. This sense of inadequacy or lack of self-worth can keep women from stepping into their true power and pursuing their dreams. When a woman does not recognize her inherent value, fear becomes magnified, and it feels as though her goals are out of reach. However, cultivating a deep sense of self-worth is one of the most powerful antidotes to fear. At the core of overcoming fear is the realization that every woman has intrinsic value, independent of external achievements or validations. The societal pressures and messages that often make women feel as though they must prove their worth through accomplishments, appearance, or approval from others can be overwhelming. These external markers of worthiness are fleeting and conditional, but true self-worth is constant. It does not fluctuate with the opinions of others, the status of our careers, or the success of a particular venture. It is rooted in the simple truth that every person, regardless of their circumstances, is worthy of love, respect, and success. Fear thrives when a woman believes that her worth is dependent on outside validation or the approval of others. This belief creates a cycle of doubt and insecurity. When a woman bases her worth on what others think, she gives her power away to external forces. She may fear judgment, rejection, or failure because she believes that these outcomes will somehow diminish her value. In contrast, when a woman recognizes that her worth is innate, independent of others' perceptions, fear loses its grip. She becomes more willing to take risks, pursue her desires, and act courageously because she understands that her value is not contingent on any external result. No matter the outcome, she remains worthy. Recognizing your own worth also allows you to set boundaries that protect you from the negative influences that can amplify fear. When you value yourself, you naturally begin to prioritize your needs, your desires, and your goals. You become less susceptible to the voices that tell you you're not good enough, and you become more attuned to the inner voice that reminds you of your capabilities and strengths. This sense of self-worth empowers you to say no to situations or people that undermine your confidence or cause you to doubt your abilities. As a result, you create an environment where fear is less likely to take root, and your focus remains clear on your goals. Self-worth also provides a solid foundation for resilience. Fear often arises when we encounter obstacles, failures, or setbacks. These moments can trigger feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt, making us question whether we are truly capable of achieving our goals. However, when a woman has a strong sense of self-worth, she is better equipped to navigate these challenges with grace and perseverance. She understands that failure is not a reflection of her value, but an opportunity for growth and learning. With this mindset, fear of failure diminishes, as the woman recognizes that setbacks do not define her. What matters is her ability to continue moving forward, learning and improving. Self-worth helps women tap into their inner strength when facing fear. Often the fear we experience is rooted in the belief that we are not strong enough to handle what lies ahead. This fear can cause paralysis or hesitation, keeping us stuck in inaction. However, when a woman values herself, she knows that she has the capacity to face challenges and emerge stronger. She trusts in her ability to adapt, learn and grow from every experience, and this trust allows her to move through fear with greater ease. Self-worth acts as a reminder that she is already whole, already capable, and already worthy of success. Fear does not have the power to define or limit her. The process of developing self-worth is ongoing and requires conscious effort. It involves rejecting the limiting beliefs that have been passed down through culture, society, or personal experiences. It also means actively practicing self-compassion, forgiving oneself for past mistakes, and choosing to believe in one's inherent value. Affirmations, self-care, and surrounding oneself with supportive people are all important steps in nurturing self-worth. As a woman builds a stronger sense of self-worth, fear becomes less and less of a controlling force. She understands that her value is constant, and that nothing, whether success or failure, can change who she is at her core. When women embrace their inherent worth, fear loses its power. They are no longer held back by self-doubt or the belief that they must prove themselves. Instead, they step forward with the confidence and strength that comes from knowing their value is not dependent on external circumstances. With this foundation of self-worth, women are empowered to take bold actions, face challenges head-on, and conquer the fear that once held them back. Fear often thrives in isolation. When we face challenges alone, our fears can seem larger than life, casting shadows over our abilities and amplifying doubts. However, one of the most effective ways to conquer fear is by surrounding ourselves with a supportive network of people who encourage, uplift, and believe in our potential. A support network provides not only practical guidance but also emotional and psychological reinforcement, which helps to lessen the impact of fear. No woman is meant to face her struggles in solitude, and the right network of supportive individuals can make all the difference in how she navigates her journey toward empowerment. A strong support network serves as a safety net, allowing women to take risks and face challenges with greater confidence. When we have people who believe in us, we can take bold steps, knowing that we have a group of people who will stand by us, whether we succeed or fail. This emotional safety net helps to diminish the fear of rejection or failure, because we know that our value is not contingent on our achievements or perfection. We are allowed to make mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward without the added burden of fearing judgment or abandonment. Having a support network also provides a sense of belonging and connection, which is crucial for overcoming fear. Fear can often arise from feelings of isolation, loneliness, or disconnection from others. These feelings can magnify our fears and create a cycle of negativity that seems insurmountable. But when we have a community of individuals who understand, encourage, and support us, the fear of being alone or unworthy fades. A supportive network helps to remind us that we are not alone in our struggles, and that others have faced similar fears and overcome them. A strong support system provides valuable perspectives that can help to reframe fear. When we are deep in fear, our perception of reality can become distorted, and the challenges we face may seem impossible to overcome. The people in our support network can offer a fresh perspective, helping us see things more clearly and providing alternative solutions to problems. For example, when a woman faces fear about a major decision or change, a friend or mentor can offer guidance, share their experiences, and provide the wisdom that helps her realize the situation is not as daunting as it may initially appear. This outside perspective can help her move past the fear and make more informed decisions. The right network can serve as a source of inspiration and motivation. Seeing others face their own fears and achieve success in the process can ignite a sense of possibility within us. A support system often includes people who have overcome challenges similar to our own, and their stories can serve as a reminder that fear can be conquered. These individuals can be mentors, friends, family members, or even colleagues, all of whom can share their experiences and offer encouragement. Their success becomes a living testament to what is possible, which empowers others to believe that they too can achieve greatness, despite their fears. A support network provides accountability. Fear can keep us stuck in inaction, making it easy to procrastinate or avoid taking steps toward our goals. When we have a group of people who are invested in our success, we feel a sense of responsibility to them, as well as to ourselves. This accountability helps push us forward, even when fear tries to hold us back. Whether it's a mentor checking in on progress or a group of peers offering feedback, the encouragement and accountability that comes from a support network help to keep us moving forward, even in the face of uncertainty. Importantly, the people in your support network don't always need to provide direct solutions to your problems. Sometimes their role is simply to listen and offer emotional support. Knowing that there are people who genuinely care and are rooting for your success can help to alleviate the anxiety and fear that often comes with facing challenges alone. These people help you stay grounded in your worth, reminding you of your strengths, abilities, and past successes. Creating and maintaining a support network requires intention. It is about surrounding yourself with individuals who lift you up, challenge you to grow, and offer a safe space to express vulnerability. This network can take many forms, from close family and friends to professional mentors or even online communities. The key is to find those who genuinely have your best interests at heart and who will provide the love, encouragement, and guidance you need to conquer fear and step into your full potential. By tapping into the power of a support network, fear becomes less isolating and less overwhelming. With the backing of people who believe in us, we can face challenges with courage, knowing that we are not alone. Whether offering advice, providing a fresh perspective, or simply being there to listen, a support network acts as a powerful tool in overcoming the fears that might otherwise hold us back. It reminds us that together we are stronger and more capable of achieving our dreams.